this really special day with me and my fellow completers. We are all incredibly grateful to you. It is an honor for me to be the one giving this speech, considering this is the moment I have spent my entire life dreaming of. Today, I'll be speaking about the saying, "Ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan," which translates to "the youth is the hope of the nation," and is known to be from Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero. We are aware of the various views that individuals have about us, the youth. While some may still view us as remarkable future leaders with outstanding qualities that will lead to greater things in the future, others may be concerned because they perceive us as irresponsible, rebellious, conceited, or even attached to technology. In other words, not everyone sees us as the hope of the future because of these pessimistic viewpoints. I've opted to make the most of this day by expressing how unfair it is to stereotype today's youth. These negative perspectives are no secret. As a young person, I've heard these types of statements from many people around me. A household member, a close companion, or even a stranger could give it to you. There have been many occasions when I have been accused of being careless, foolish, lazy, or hooked on the internet, when in reality there is more to it than that. I've always struggled a lot with my mental health, most especially this school year. I had a lot to deal with, namely personal issues, which have caused me to self-isolate. I would barely speak to anyone, and I would spend the whole day locked in my room. My isolation was constantly misjudged. Most people would assume that I am just an arrogant, unfriendly, self-centered person who has nothing but a smartphone addiction, when, in fact, I was struggling to get by. I wasn't even sure whether I was going to make it, so I had to live with the possibility every day that I might not see tomorrow. The majority of you will undoubtedly say that I should have sought help from a parent, a counselor, or another trustworthy adult. However, it wasn't at all simple, particularly since I grew up believing that I was never really understood by anyone. Despite everything, I still received a lot of support from a few people who understand my situation. Rather than focusing on my weaknesses, they recognized my abilities and strengths. They pushed me to grow into a much stronger person. With their support, I persisted in working hard toward achieving my goals. I invested a lot of time, effort, and dedication into my studies, for it has always been one of my goals to top the class. Now, I can proudly say that I am here before you, delivering my speech. I want everyone to acknowledge the particular challenges that today's youth must overcome. Expectations and criticisms are always flying in our faces, whether they are from living in a world that gets more difficult or having to comply with the pressures of the internet. It is not an easy road for us. But in spite of all the difficulties we encounter on a daily basis, we refuse to give up and never cease to demonstrate our strength. We continue to be devoted and focused on whatever we do. We work really hard and put in a lot of effort for everyone, including ourselves and everyone around us. Therefore, rather than concentrating just on our shortcomings, everyone needs to recognize our potential. We must be encouraged, educated, empowered, and listened to. We must be assisted in becoming more capable individuals because the future is in our hands. Our national hero saw our potential, which gave him the belief in what we could do. He was aware that given the right knowledge, support, and guidance, we'll discover how to use our voices, abilities, and energies to create a brighter tomorrow. He knew that even at our young age, we have the ability to lead the way in process and for change. As it is stated in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." In the same way that previous generations have inspired us, we may encourage the younger generation and everyone else to work on traits that can aid in the development of our nation, and they may do the same. It's like a chain reaction, only it gets better over time. As Mahatma Gandhi cited, the future depends on what we do in the present. Therefore, In order in order to forge an even more powerful nation, we must cooperate together. With the support of all, we can mold everyone, especially the young, into more capable individuals who will contribute to the ongoing growth of our nation. As you also stated, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. For 13 amazing years, the United Evangelical Church School has been my second home. From preschool to junior high school, I learned plenty of values that helped me grow as a person. When I first started attending the school, I was a small, timid child who cried every day because my mother couldn't come with me. Now, I'm about to leave as a vibrant, confident, and strong lady. Thank you, UECS, for developing me into a better person. You were there to see me grow, and I am so grateful that you've been a part of my journey. Even though I'm not very good at keeping my promises, I promise to use and apply the things I've been taught in the years to come. They are something I will always treasure. Being here today is a true blessing. I would therefore like to express my gratitude to our Heavenly Father for guiding me throughout the years. Thank you for keeping me safe and always being there for me. I am pleased that I trusted you and your plans as they got me to where I am today. You have once again answered my prayers, and I couldn't thank you enough. I appreciate you giving me reasons to keep going each and every day. I want to thank my parents for their continuous love and support, which I am grateful for every day. I understand it's difficult to raise a cranky teenage girl like me, so I truly admire your patience. You both worked really hard for my siblings and me, and we are very grateful for that. I am grateful for all the sacrifices made by my father, who comes home from work every day exhausted, but yet willing to provide a helping hand, and my mother, who supports us from another country. To my siblings, Kian and Kenzo, and to some of my cousins, Angela and Cashel, thank you for your assistance when it comes to my studying. You all made sure that I answered, explained, and did everything correctly, or in my words, or in my mind, perfectly, because you know the high standards I set for myself. And for that, I am grateful. I'm also thankful that I could turn to you anytime I wanted an honest opinion about something. In addition, I want to thank my grandparents and other relatives for raising me well when my parents aren't around. I also value the sacrifices you have made on our behalf. For being a part of my journey, I would like to individually thank my teachers. I am grateful that you teach science, Ms. Jaira Liahan. Furthermore, I want you to know how much our Thursday devotions mean to me. I've learned a lot, and I enjoy listening to you so much. I also really appreciate the fact that you check in on me whenever you think something is off. I would also like to thank Ms. Kimberly Fady for being one of my science teachers. I admire how you remain joyful throughout our discussions. You are truly one of those individuals who brightens every room. You make learning so much fun, and I consider myself extremely fortunate to have you and Ms. Loyahan as my favorite subjects teachers. Mr. Alan David Sultan, you are probably one of the best ICT teachers out there. Even though you are teaching a difficult and complicated subject, you have managed to make your classes engaging and enjoyable. Thank you for believing in my passions, and I will certainly miss playing this or that with you in the class. I am grateful to Mrs. Josie Sanchez for her worldly wisdom. You have given me a great deal of knowledge. You've provided me the courage to speak up for myself, considering that I've never felt very comfortable doing so. As a result, I am more willing to express my personal views. Thank you for always being so nice and sweet to me. Mr. Joey Baltazar, you brought more fun to math. We are all incredibly thankful for your patience, and we thank you for taking the time to educate and deal with our Capolitans. In all honesty, you made everything so easy that I'm still not sure how I'm going to deal with math without you. It also meant a lot to me when you checked in on me when I was feeling down, so thank you. I sincerely appreciate you, Mrs. Yana Maria Mangahas. Since I've never even believed in myself, I'm grateful for your continuous belief in my work and capabilities. I appreciate your nice and sweet comments about my accomplishment, and I will always treasure the things we learn. to be your Maria Clara, Miss Janelle Meranio, and I always will be. I appreciate your assistance in improving my Filipino, particularly my grammar. I will also be grateful for the times you helped me out when I needed it. I will never forget those moments. I appreciate you allowing me to fully understand many of the concepts in your subjects that I find difficult. To Pastor Rico Dariza, thank you for being my ESP teacher. I've gained more knowledge about God and life thanks to you. Thank you very much for consistently acknowledging my qualities and abilities. It means a lot that you have always had belief in me. Thank you. Lao Sherry Nanita Uy, I'm inspired by how dedicated you are to everything. Thank you for all of your hard work. I appreciate all the years you've spent teaching us Mandarin. Being taught by you is such an honor. I also want to express my deepest appreciation to Mrs. Buena Grace Lakbong and to our school nurse, Mr. George Pimentel. To Mrs. Lakbong, you helped me grow closer to God. I learned a lot from our devotions during our school retreat, and I've been greatly inspired by you. May you keep that inner strength of yours. To Nurse George, I am grateful for your care of me. From managing my stomach problems and chest pains, to taking care of me on days when I was unable to get any sleep at all. Your help is much appreciated, given that I don't really like to inform people when I'm not feeling well. I appreciate you more than you know. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Vincent Toy Aquino, one of my class advisors. I appreciate your unwavering support during my times of need. You have my sincere gratitude, and without you, I doubt I would be the person I am today. You have led by example, and I will always look up to you. Thank you for believing in me when nobody else did. I've learned a lot from you, and your determination has encouraged me to keep going. You are the wisest person I have ever met, and I am very grateful for you. I would like to thank our school board, our school administrator, and staff as well. I'm so glad I was able to share my journey with all of you, my fellow completers, and who are also my classmates, and whom I also consider my friends. Regardless of how long we have known one another, you have all influenced me in a variety of ways and made UECS feel like home. I'm grateful for all our shared memories with one another. I appreciate everything that you have done, and I will always look up to each and every one of you. Long story short, we survived. Batch 2024, congratulations to all of us. May God bless and guide us on our new journeys filled with uncertainties, new opportunities, disappointments, fulfillments, challenges, and growth. It is not an easy one, but considering the strength we all showed throughout the years, I know we'll get by just fine. Once again, congratulations. May we all succeed in whatever we choose to do. To God be all the glory. Have a nice rest of the day. Thank you very much.